1V2.
Right
you
now,
have no idea. Speaking of Vegas Legion, we'd love to welcome the oldest player in the league by far, James Clayster Eubanks. You can never snipe like that, Clay.
Nope.
All right, that's his Discord avatar.
Jamesy.
What?
My cam not on?
I mean, to be fair,
it would seem that it is not.
it is our first time doing these on Discord now,
Yeah.
so bear with us. We're trying to make sure that we don't have any issues going forward, and we're trying something new today. So, and we also didn't get time to test because Clay was in a match, and unfortunately, we messaged a player from each team. We messaged Clay and Cammy, we were going to have the winner come on. Obviously, we didn't want a player to have, lose and come to an interview. So, Clay, we can't see you, but it's good to hear you.
Yeah, it's good to be
There he is! Jamesy! What's up, baby?
Thanks for having me on the show, guys. How you guys doing?
What's up, man? Look at you, fresh baby face.
We're doing fantastic. And you know what? The day got even better whenever you guys came back and won. I mean, we're big Vegas fans over here.
Dude, you got to hear me. I'm fucking glazing the shit out of you guys on that show.
Hey, I love that. I mean,
I was
everyone loves an
Rockers.
underdog story, you know?
Well, I DM'd
Yeah.
Donnie the other day because Donnie was like, yo, he wanted us to play Firefly on stream. And I was like,
And we
all right.
have been.
I was like, all right, bet. We'll play that on stream. And I said, I'm rooting for you, kid. Go out there and get him. But Clay,
that girl,
I'm going to start
she a
off with the first
stoner.
question for the day. With the big win today, has that relieved any of the pressure for the team, or are you guys still feeling it a little bit?
I think the pressure's still there for sure. I mean, we haven't really done anything yet. We're still behind by 10 points. I mean, it's looking like we have a huge match next weekend against Surge, and then it's going to come down to the major. And so, honestly, like, the pressure, if anything, is, like, mounting. It's, like, it's increasing every single match. But I think our team thrives under it a little bit. I think we all play better when our backs are against the wall.
Yeah, and if there's a player who plays good under pressure, it's my man James.
Yeah, listen,
the guy's
Game
been there
5,
before.
come on.
Dude, that game 5 was clinical. I mean, you
It
and
was
Don
nice.
Dada were doing your thing out there. 2v4, streaks. I mean, it was a pleasure to watch.
I mean, Eubanks, dude, we literally grew up together. I mean, the three people here on this stream right now.
Won
I
an
mean,
X
we
Games
saw.
gold medal together. Great times.
Yeah, I think you guys have a little more history, but nonetheless, like, we came up hotel ballrooms, like, we saw the inception of this thing, and now playing in stadiums for six figures, like. You're 31 years old now, you old fuck. How are you still doing it? Do you still have the same passion? Like, you're obviously still animated. Like, do you still wake up with that hunger to win? And be brutally honest, because I know the PR answer is yes. I want to know, like, is it the same feeling?
Give us the juice.
I mean, you guys, honestly, I've known both of you guys for over a decade at this point. It's crazy to think about how long we've all known each other and been doing this, traveling the world. I mean, even seeing both of you go this year, now I feel like super old. I'm like, Jesus, I really am the only one left. But, for me personally, like, I think last year a little bit, I lost a little bit of that competitive fire, like the want to do it. And I took a little break when I got benched, and then I came back and played Challengers. And there was something about playing in Challengers, like in the pit, that environment where you're playing back-to-back matches and just yelling at these other teams the whole time. It brought back that love for me and that fire. And so this whole year, I've just enjoyed the process. Like, I enjoy waking up every day and having us to scrim with the team and get better, and us improving bit by bit, having these really important online matches against really good teams, and going to LAN and meeting everybody. Like, it's honestly... Last year, I would tell you that I was losing it a little bit, like the passion for it. But I think after Challengers, it really just ignited that love for it again. And this whole year, I've just been loving it. So I'm just honestly happy to be here. I just hope we make champs, man.
I think we hope you. I mean, I don't think. I know that we hope that you make champs as well. I mean, we can tell that you're falling in love with it, James. You've been playing out of your freaking mind lately, and it's a pleasure to watch. But obviously, being in such a close race. A, how much more intense are the matches? And B, how much do you love that? Because we know that you love those grueler matches when the pressure's on, the lights are at their brightest. Talk to me a little bit about how these league matches have been online for you recently.
I mean, first off, it sucks that it's online. Like, I would love to be able to play all these matches on LAN. Like, it just sucks how much of our league is online now, and like how much it actually matters. Like, I mean, it determines if you get winners or losers at the LAN. Like, it matters a lot online. So it's definitely a little bit different of a feeling. But I honestly I don't know. I think there's something to do with it being online and backs against the wall against the team we're chasing, and those kind of wins, how they develop. I mean, we all play better. I mean, there was a period during the FaZe match on Friday where Don was kind of like screaming his comms a little bit, like panic mode almost. And after the match, we talked about it. And today he was as cool as a cucumber. Like, he was chilling the whole time, directing traffic, not getting over animated, just doing his job. And look what happens. He absolutely fried. And so I think it's so cool to hear him evolve and see and like hear what he has to say in the interviews after the match. He genuinely was like, we just got to play as a team. We got to pick each other up when we're down. And if Donnie at the beginning of this team said that, like compared to now, you know what I'm saying?
Who is this guy?
He's grown so much, and I think that's a testament to how good our team is right now. Is we finally have a team that's all playing for each other, and we can pick each other up when they're down and make moves when they're happening. So, hey, we welcome the pressure. I think we thrive in it.
And I kind of want to segue in. I want to ask another question just off of that question. So during the FaZe match, obviously, there's a hiccup at the start. Online Call of Duty can sometimes be some bullshit. Talk to the people at home. Did it affect you? Because I know how it affected myself as a player. I'm sure you know how it affected you. You guys were in basically a perfect scenario against FaZe in that map 1, up 60, kitchen rotation. You guys were there first. Talk to me a little bit about that and how it affected your team. Did it deflate you guys at all, or was it just got to focus back up?
Yeah, I mean, it happens on LAN too, to be fair. I mean, there was, back in BO4 playoffs, I blue screened in the finals on Arsenal, and we ended up losing the replay to Gen G again, and we lost Arsenal like 4 times to them in that tournament. One of them was a replay. And I mean, even at Major 1 this year on LAN, it happened against FaZe. We did it. They were up on Embassy. My thing like blue screened. So we replayed the map, and we ended up winning by a point. But honestly, it's just against FaZe, they're so good that you have to start off on the right foot. If you let them like dictate the rhythm and pace of the game, like I know Chris, I know Simp, I know Cell, I know Abizi, I know Austin. Like if you let them play their rhythm, they're just gonna run you over. And so like we had a good start. And then, like, the next start, they legitimately double pre-nated Eli off his spot in the hill. Like, we even considered changing it, but we changed another part of the break instead of that part, and they just double-nade him and break us for free. And, I mean, like, the only reason they double-naded that is because they knew in the first time he played that spot. So it's really hard to simulate something that would be fair. I mean, where's the pause button? Like, can we get, like, we're on PC now. Like, where is the pause button?
Where's that fucking pause button,
failures
James?
don't happen because they do on LAN and online, but how is there not, like, a pause button? Like, you know what I'm saying? We got a full replay when we're gaining momentum. And I bet you that Mercado S&D goes way different. If we slam them first map and we're all, like, locked in and trying to go through strats. And it's just deflating against a team that's really good, and it's tough to bounce back from that, especially online. On LAN, you can lock back in. You see the crowd, you feel the energy, you're locked back in. But online, I'm in my bedroom like, man, this is cheese.
Yeah,
this just sucks.
I could tell your player cam, you were fucking pissed, and I would be pissed as well. I'd be shaking my head and shit. I'd be like, this is ridiculous, but it happens sometimes. It
does happen.
So I don't want this to be like framed the wrong way. Your team is solid, and you guys are currently bottom 4. Obviously, you're fighting. You're used to playing with Simp and Abizi, Shotzzy. Like, are you getting more frustrated? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, when you're playing with Simp and Abizi, I feel like there's a lot less you're actually critiquing them on, because you're like, Simp and Abizi, go do whatever the fuck you want. Is it more pressure on you as like a leader? Like, are you trying to, I guess, move the pieces on the board more than you would prior?
I think that's an interesting question, because, I mean, even on the Cold War team I had with, Mac and Asum and Hydra, who didn't speak English at the time, I mean, it kind of started there, where I was playing with people who weren't at that level already. Like, a majority of my team wasn't at that level to where we could just, like, whip the other 1 or 2 people into shape. And so, it started a process of me learning exactly how to deal with that. And honestly, if you look at the Cold War year, and that was the COVID year, and then that's when I ended up taking a break for Major and stuff, I wasn't comfortable handling it. I didn't really understand how to, like, be the only person directing the troops and doing all that. And a lot of it came out in anger. And that's something like that I had to, apologize to Asum and Mac for at the time, because of the way that I was treating them in practice, just like holier than thou type shit. And honestly, going into the future, I just kind of learned from that experience. Even last year in Vanguard and Challengers, and this year, I mean, Donnie's been around forever too. Tej has been around forever too. McGee, our coach, has been around forever. So I genuinely don't feel like I have to do too much on this team. It's a collaborative effort, and I think when I try and do too much and be the master commander general, my performance drops off, and I'm worried about everybody else. And I'm going double negative, not focused on my screen, and I'm just staring at my mini-map. So we've grown and got our team to a point now where it's like I don't have to do all that. I don't have to call all that out. I can kind of just focus on me and just those little moments of like nuggets of information I can let out there. So, it's different, I would say, on some of my other teams. I felt the way you're describing, Zin, where it's like, wow, these guys aren't Simp and Abizi. But on this team now, I mean, we've all been here for a while now, so it's just another day.
Fair point.
Hell yeah. Well, I got kind of a little emotional question, I guess, but obviously getting up there, we both bowed out. we don't want to see you bow out anytime soon, but do you have a final goal in mind to fulfill, obviously, your legacy, your career? Is there, obviously, another champs ring is the easiest answer to give, but what is, like, the purpose from this point on for you as a player in the league?
I guess, like, goals, I mean, it's tough to say goal because, like, I've achieved everything that I've thought I wanted to and more. And,
yes, sir.
You know, being in the club that I'm in with Krim and Damon, where it's only, like, a couple of us with 3 rings, and it's been, you know, COD's been around for 14, 15 years now, and it's something special, but, like, I guess for me, I just love competing so much, and I love, like, the everyday process of, like, waking up, having my morning, and then scrimming all day, and then watching film, and then, like, prepping for our match. Like, I love the process of it all, and I don't know how to really describe, like, what I enjoy out of it. It's just mainly, like, something to pour my energy into, and I love just being able to be, like, I'm competing in the top of the world, and the top players, and the top 0.0001%, to try and compete for, you know, millions of dollars a year. My identity is kind of a COD pro, and I'm not really sure what I am without it yet. You know, I'll figure that out when I'm done. But for me,
it's interesting.
Like, it's fucking insane.
It's fucking interesting, I'll tell you that. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Luckily, I have some good friends I can call and ask for some advice when I do decide to hang it up. And I guess just goal, like, if I had to pick a goal, it's just one more. Like, I just want one more win. Like, I'll be satisfied if I can rebound for, like, the 5th time in my career and win again. And I think, like, you know, just that chase and that, you know, love for it, I think until that goes away, until I actually start getting smoked, I'm going to just keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize it last year, but after we won Major 1 last year, and then obviously Ender was hurt for the rest of the season, I didn't realize that was my last win, and I didn't appreciate it how I wish I appreciated it. I don't want to make it about myself, but that's just, it was
self-centered bastard.
It was, I mean, you know what I'm saying. It was, I didn't realize that was going to be it, you know?
Yeah.
That was my last moment.
It's all right, man.
Hey, I cried when your video came out, when Zin was on stage in Boston. I was up on the balcony, tears coming down my eyes, bro. So
James is a fucking real one. We'll probably cry whenever you do.
I mean, dude, it's heartbreaking, dude. I mean, like, literally, like, I'm not going to get nostalgic, but, like, where is the time gone? Like, I literally, like, dude, we've been watching your Mr. X clip, and I can't stop.
It's just great.
You can never snipe like that, Clay.
It's great.
And we've just been losing it literally every single watch party. Like, it's like you truly don't appreciate the moments until it's too late, and then you wish you can go back. I guess that's life, but it's been a pleasure doing it with you. You kind of asked a question. I was going to ask how much longer you have left in you, and you already answered it. It's like until you feel like you're getting smoked, but if you win a ring, let's say this year, are you retiring on stage, or are you still, like, where are you mentally? Is it like, I want to win, then I'm done, or I love this shit? That's what you're thinking.
I don't know. I think the cool answer is to say, like, yeah, I'll win it and I'm out, you know, retire on top. But, like, the feeling of winning a ring, it's like, yo, I want to go back to back.
Yeah,
like, I want to do it again next year.
Well,
you know?
I can't relate,
so
but
it's like
I said exactly.
The chase is always something that I enjoy, and so, like, you know, if I feel it's my time, it's my time. And if I could go out in a way like winning a ring and being on stage after winning a ring, I mean, that's obviously ideal, right? But whose career really ends like that, you know? Has it, like, ever?
Not mine.
Very few.
Not mine.
Very few.
I'll tell you that.
Never mind.
We'll get off of this retirement talk because we don't want you to fucking retire.
I'm still gunning. Come on,
around,
I still
man.
got some.
No,
you're
still
still last weekend.
You're gunning.
On,
yeah, you're doing your thing.
And I want to say something. Clay can snipe like that, Mr. X, motherfucker. Clay can snipe like that.
You can never snipe like that, Clay.
Has practice changed for you guys? Has the intensity gone up? Have you guys been focusing on any different areas within the team? Obviously, it's crunch time now. Has anything changed for you guys as a team in this I guess, heated race?
Yeah, I think a lot has changed. I mean, our practice all year has, I'm going to be honest, it has been some of the worst practice I've ever had on any team I've ever been on. And just the differing personalities, somebody's emo today, somebody went to bed at 5 a.m. last night, you know, whatever it is.
I know who that was, the fucking fat ass. Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry, Teach.
But I think over the last few weeks, especially since we got Eli, Standy, I think our practice is just, we're learning, like, more, like, meta stuff now. Like, instead of doing, like, the default setup, we're learning how to do, like, the counter to the default setup. So we're kind of, like, playing a couple steps ahead in Respawn. And I think it's really showed in our Respawn. We're, like, playing at a pretty high level in Respawn now. I actually think our control is at a good level now, too, even though I think we're only 2-2 on it right now. We are definitely more knowledgeable. We understand what's going on more. And I think we've just put in a lot of time watching VOD too. Like we're actually spending a lot of time together after scrims, just sitting in the call together, just discussing and like theory crafting about stuff. And all my best teams, I've been trying to like preach that to these guys. Like all my best teams have done that, where it's just after scrims, you sit there for an hour and a half, just like talking about situations in a private match together, just running around talking about angles and like, yo, if I'm playing this weird Creddy angle, if you just play this weird Creddy angle and watch this, then it like totally smokes their push. And then it's like, oh, okay. And things like that start clicking, and it really shows in our gameplay. And so really, I think just intensity of VOD watching and intensity in practice has definitely ramped up.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the community's been pretty tough on you guys throughout the year, but I mean, we've been saying the past, I mean, ever since basically stage 4, really, stage 4 online matches, you guys have progressively been looking, I mean, better and better. Obviously, Control today, you guys play Minnesota on Asilo, and that was kind of a shock to us because you guys are 1-8 on the map, but obviously you guys know what's going on in practice, and you guys are starting to put the pieces together.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I got one more for you. It's our first time talking to you. I want to know what happened at the major. I mean, you guys go 4-1 going into the major. You guys are looking great. Like, just, I guess, walk us through that blunder, because it was a big event for you guys. Rocker, they extend that gap a little bit.
Sin?
Obviously, I mean, I got to ask. I mean, it's...
This guy's an asshole,
No,
James. You're looking good with the fresh shave,
Dude,
by the way.
Thanks.
Sorry, go ahead.
Clay, what happened?
I mean, you show up to a LAN, you get speed ran in 25 minutes, 3-0 smoked by the New York subliners. Couldn't shoot, my gun was shooting marshmallows. Don dropped the lowest KD in CDL history. And then we play a second match, choke a 5-2 up with a streak against Florida. I mean, you just can't let it happen. Don had the lowest KD ever in a series, and then after one series, still somehow ended up higher than me. Like, I just played like shit. Like, I didn't play good. Don didn't play good. I think the only person that played good was Tej. Eli didn't play good, and honestly, Tej was like the one thing who was actually like putting up stats in the tournament. And I mean, we all learned from it. We all took accountability from it. I mean, I've been grinding like crazy. Eli's been grinding like crazy. So has Don. I mean, I don't know if you guys tune into the S&D 8s and the respawn 8s that have been going on every night, but
He loves it,
we've
dude.
been playing
Twitch.
like crazy. You guys got to get in.
I'm King Lurk, dude.
I'll play.
Yeah, come play,
Respawn
man.
8s?
$100.
I'll play Respawn
I'll play
8s. I'm not
Respawn.
playing fucking S&D.
I'm not
The
playing
S&D,
Syracuse.
I thought it wasn't fun at first, and I started playing, and everyone's going hard. Like, it's like tournament reps in S&D. It's the craziest shit I've ever played. I'm like, wow, this
that's
is
good.
nice.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people recently starting to get into like Respawn 8s, S&D 8s. I feel like middle of the year they kind of went away, but they've been coming back. It's crunch time. It's champs time. Obviously, people trying to get the best practice they can. But yeah, James, I just want to thank you so much for joining us. We're really rooting for you guys. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, please.
We're rooting for you guys out there. So, James, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. And join us on the watch party, please.
And
whatever you can.
And dinner. We'll watch
And
party,
dinner.
Let's do both. I love you guys. Thanks for having me. Thanks for
Oh,
having
wait,
me,
nice assassination. What the
Oh,
what the
God.
hell was that?
You
Dude,
ninja'd someone
that
in
checked
COD.
me so hard. I was just trying to beat him down. I saw he had his knife out, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, no. I'm just going to try and, like, melee him. I didn't hold it down. I just clicked it. And then all of a sudden, I go on the animation. I'm the furthest pushed on my team. I go, I'm assassinating him? And Don goes, huh? And I was just like,
That's
oh, man,
great.
how do I explain this? Whatever, man.
Yeah,
But, hey,
it was
first
great.
assassination this year, right?
Yeah, that's 5 gifted.
Was
Turn
it?
on that stream. That's 5 gifted from somebody.
Five
It won't be
gifted,
me,
please.
but
Please.
I might give you 5. All right, James. Thanks so much, baby.
Peace, brother. Thanks
I
for
love you,
coming
boys.
on.
Thanks for
man.
having me on.
Yep.
Of course,
Have a good
man.
rest of your
Thank you,
night.
thank you. I mean, you gotta love the guy.
That's
I mean,
fucking Eubanks right there, ladies
James
and gentlemen.
Eubanks, Clayster.
Hard
He
not
could
to like
snipe
that guy. But yeah, great interview with James right there. A lot of good insight as well. I'm not talking Jamie.
Correct.
Here we go.